Hey, I thought I would do a quick video to show the Sony a77 in a really simple living room studio kind of setup, shooting still life, some food. So let's see what we have to do. First thing with the a77 that you have to do is turn off the viewfinder mimicking your settings. So gonna want to go to that one and make sure it's off. Otherwise, if you change the aperture to like f10 and the shutter speed to your sync speed, like 250th of a second, all you're gonna see is a black screen. It's useless. So with that setting on, you'll be able to see everything. It's just like an optical viewfinder at that point. So let's go look at the setup. Alright, so let's start putting this together. I'm going to use radio triggers on these things. I have ultra cheap, but they work, Cowboy Studios radio triggers. They go right on the top. I've got a couple receivers. Work like a charm, no worries. And they cost like 30 bucks for two plus a transmitter. It's really cheap, but it works. The studio strobes, also ultra cheap stuff, but they work. Cowboy Studios. Really simple shooting table, white, plexiglass, super cheap, but it basically works. The one thing I'm missing is a light meter, so I kind of just have to guesstimate. I wish the a77 could tether to my computer so I could really see what I'm getting. I have to guess with a histogram and the LCD, but it's not perfect because it's not raw. Anyway, let's start putting this together and see what happens. There. One of my, not the strobe, my speed light, or is an older Sony. It's the 42AM. Unfortunately with this guy, in order for the radio triggers to work with it, I need to set it on the camera, turn it on, and then take it off. It's a really strange kind of quirk, but that's what you have to do with it. Alright, I'm going to put an umbrella on here, and then we'll start taking pictures of cookies. Alright, so I just set up my umbrella. I think I've got most of these lights on. Test fire. One in the back did not fire as that turns. Alright, now that's turned on. Fire. Alright, that looks like it's working. Everything is on manual. We're going to take our shutter speed up to 1/250th of a second, which is our maximum sync speed. We're going to go f10 and ISO 100 just to start off. Now, I'm using a wider lens for this. I'm using my Carl Zeiss 24-70 at the wide end. Usually I'd use my 50 or my 100mm macro, but I kind of want to use the wide-angle distortion to make the cookies look a little bit bigger. So that's why I'm doing that. Okay. Also, we'll go with manual focus, just because it makes everything a little bit easier. Take a test shot, see what our exposure's looking like. So we're pretty hot. I'm going to increase my aperture, or decrease it, make it smaller. Okay. Check our focus. focus is good. Cookies are looking good. The underside of each cookie needs a little bit of light. I might use a bounce card reflector to try and get some more light in there. We're working at a wide angle, so distortion will be in play, so I'm going to try and center things, otherwise they'll be unevenly distorted and it'll look kind of weird. So we'll go with that. Go. Not quite centered. There we go. Okay, fire that. Okay, that's looking pretty good. So there was a really quick studio example of using the a77 with two softboxes, an umbrella, a naked speed light to illuminate some cookies. So now I'll take this into Lightroom and show you what we got. Hopefully it's not too bad. Alright, bye. Okay, so let's talk about the pictures we just got, or in this case the last picture we just took of our cookies. And go into develop module. So this is straight out of the camera with no modification. Background we need to expose a little bit more. Sharpness wise, that's pretty good. So what do we want to do to this? Let's see here, whites, will that affect that? Let's isolate that. Contrast a little bit. Probably don't need to touch that. Shadows. No, those are pretty good by themselves. Black. And maybe a little bit clarity. Little bit of that seems to be okay. Vibrance. Livens up the cookies. Okay. About a medium. Do I like that or not? No. Sharpening, this is kind of my general that I apply to everything. Let's see here. We'll mask that. Details, probably good. Radius, and we're good with that. Noise reduction is fine. Could almost use a highlight vignette. Nah. So that is pretty much our final shot. Before, after, not really much. We exposed properly. Full uncropped 24.5 megapixel image, f13. So we're past the diffraction limits, so we're actually not as sharp as we could be if we were at f8, but we need a depth of field. So that's about it. Alright, hope you found this interesting. Bye.